This is your no BS guide getting absolutely ripped in just 2 weeks, right in time for summer, baby. So warning, this is extreme and it is not for the faint of heart. If you really want to get results with this in 2 weeks, you have to follow through and you have to get ready for some big discomfort because it's not going to be easy, okay? And this is not for those who are very overweight, more so people who are 10 to 15 pounds overweight. You can lose a couple extra body fat percentage points, whatnot. And it's meant for 2 weeks. You could stretch it out probably 4 to 6, but we're gonna go with 2 weeks for the sake of this video. Now, first things first, mindset. You really have to be locked in. Just like I said in the beginning with the warning, you have to be committed. You have to be ready for this. It's gonna take sacrifice. It's gonna take you getting very comfortable with discomfort, with being hungry, with your energy levels starting to kind of die down. And you're gonna have to be able to follow through despite that, to really be a stoic here and to keep your eyes on the prize and letting your mind, anything that contradicts that, go out the window, ignore it. Keeping your mind focused on the goal, on you getting ripped, right? First step here, okay? You're gonna need to set your calories. And what are you gonna set your calories to? Your basal metabolic rate. This is very aggressive, just like I told you, right? How do you calculate? How do I find my BMR? That's the nickname for it, or the short abbreviation, whatever. So what you can do is Google it. You're gonna need to put in your height, weight, and age, and you can Google it, something will pop up, or you can use the Omni BMR calculator. Just Google that, use that, it'll calculate it, and it'll tell you what your BMR rate is, okay? Now, quick note on that, that is the amount of calories your body burns just by existing. If you just laid on the couch all day, didn't move a single time, that's how much calories your body needs in order to just function, to stay alive. So now that you have your calories set, step 2 here is your macros, your macronutrients, because you really need to have these in the right order. You need to be eating the right amount of fats, carbs, and proteins so that you feel good throughout your cut throughout this time. So you're adequately recovering, so you have adequate energy levels, and so that you're still maintaining proper hormonal function, because you don't want to just, shit the bed on that. You'll feel like you're shitting the bed, I promise you. So with that right there, okay, you got your calories set. You're gonna set your macros so that 35% of your calories are going to protein, whatever, how many grams that is. 20% of your calories are going to fat, and 45% are going to carbohydrates. What I found is that is a sweet spot for maintaining energy levels and recovery in the gym while I'm in a very aggressive cut. And I do that with my clients when we go for an aggressive cut. We don't always go for an aggressive cut, sometimes more gradual, but keep that in mind, all right? That's what I found optimal. So step 4, your training split. How should you train? What are you gonna be doing? Now, with my clients, what I would do is either put you on a 3 total body workouts a week schedule or 6 days training push-pull legs. And now, if I were going all in for this, what I would do and what I would have you do is 6-day push-pull legs. And the reason why, real quick, is because that maximizes volume and frequency. So we're able to get the most muscle development that we can in 2 weeks. Ideally, it's 4 weeks or longer. Now, what is going to help you determine that is either what are you more likely to do? Okay, 3 total body workouts or 6 days a week. That's ultimately what you have to decide, is which way is most doable for you during these 2 weeks. Now, like I said, you're going to want to lock in and commit, so aim for the 6 days. If you're doing that and man, the scale's not going down as fast, do not lift more. Walk more. If you want to do some more, you're feeling extra ambitious, you got some extra energy, whatever, walk more. Don't start lifting weights more. You're not going to recover as well, and it's going to add more stress in the body. It's going to raise your hunger more. Whereas if you walk more, you're still able to get that mental edge that you're craving for burning the fat faster, and you will. And the beautiful thing about walking is that it's an easy fat burning hack. It puts you right in that heart rate zone. It's an easy way to burn calories. Your body doesn't adapt to it over time. It doesn't get more and more efficient with it. And it doesn't raise hunger. and you can do it. If you're still kind of tired, you can always get up and walk, unless you like crushed legs, you know. But you can still walk, right? You got to suck it up. The least sexy part about all this is probably step 5, and that's recovery and your refeed days. Like I said, very aggressive. This is unsustainable long term. So because of that, you really have to emphasize recovery and adherence to your macros, which ties into recovery. Because if you're not eating the right amount of fats, carbs, and proteins, your body's not going to be able to adapt to these fat burning signals, muscle building signals that we're sending to it. So if you're under eating protein, you're under eating carbs, your body's not going to be able to recover as well. So you need to stay within 9 grams of your macros, under or over. So you're getting as close to the target every single day. Is it gonna be perfect? No. Are you gonna fuck up? Yes. Are you gonna overeat your calories or overeat one of your macros? Yes. But don't worry about it, because obviously, ideally, you're sticking as much to it as possible. But if you mess up, you overeat, whatever, you're in such a massive deficit, it'll be okay. So maximum macro compliance within 9, under or over, okay? And do not undereat to help accelerate the fat loss. This is already very aggressive. You don't need to cut your calories more. Trust the process. Now, this last part is something that I've had to implement, because beforehand I would cut aggressively and I would never refeed, or I didn't really know about diet breaks until I did basically this aggressive cut, but for between 60 to 90 days, somewhere right after 60 days, I found is when my body just starts shutting down. I'm in a way worse mood, way less energy, cravings out the window, my mindset, I don't feel like training anymore. I lost the desire for the gym. Did I lose a bunch of fat? Yes. Do I look good by this point? I look pretty damn good compared to where I started. Yes. However, it really starts to weigh on you. It starts to fuck up your hormones, your mental. And so if you're not incorporating a refeed or a diet break, refeed, kind of same thing, then you can end up keeping your body in the survival mode. And that's the problem with this aggressive cut too. If you can do a long-term mode, it gets your body out of the fat burning mode into survival mode, where your body thinks it's starving, and it really is. It pretty much is starving. You're working it out. You're stressing your body with the amount of activity you're doing with a little bit of calories you're doing, right? So every Sunday, what you're gonna do is eat a little bit less protein, and use the rest of those calories to go to your carbs and fat. So you eat a little less protein, a little more carbs and fat, okay? What that's gonna do is gonna help trick your body into thinking there's more food, and it's gonna help it stay in the fat burning zone throughout this and avoid getting into that survival starvation mode. So with that, the final warning. Like I've said throughout this video, this is not sustainable long-term. You can push it from 2 weeks to 4, maybe 6. At the end of the day, your body and how you feel is gonna determine how long you can actually or should actually stay in it. Yeah, and the bad thing about it is that it can cause burnout, like I said, and your sleep's gonna get fucked up, your motivation, your energy levels, your hormones, and so that can end up making you associate you getting in shape and getting ripped with something negative. And you don't want that, because you're gonna want to diet at some point. Maybe you regain the weight, maybe you maintain it, but you don't want to start associating a negative experience with something so positive and so impactful on your life. I mean, the results are going to speak for themselves. So you don't want to poison the well with that. And then lastly, with the final warning, is that you're going to want to reverse diet out of this. Because this is so aggressive, you're probably going to end up with some cravings, and you're going to want to eat everything. You're going to want to eat like a horse when you finish this. So you have to reverse diet. You have to start eating more calories in the right way with the right amount of fats, carbs, and protein, so that you don't just regain all the weight. You need a strategy for that too. So if you got value from this video, resonated with you, go ahead and like it, subscribe. I'll be posting a lot of stuff like this. Anything you need for fat loss that's going to help you out on your fitness journey is what I'm going to do. And if you want to get ripped in these next 2 weeks for summertime, time's already ticking. Go ahead and click that link below if you want some help from me. Worst case scenario, man, you leave with a free 1-month program. Go ahead and book a call. I'll hook you up with that, show you how to use it. It's all yours, whether or not we do anything together. So go ahead, have a good day.